This is the journey of friendship. So right there in chat you can see him saying yeah. Well, little did I know that in a few rounds we would be allies and we would almost be victorious in these lava survivals, which I am increasingly better at lava survivals. So after grabbing wood and stone, I made stone tools, collected dirt, made more stone tools like the sword and others, then collected more dirt, then organized my inventory a bit by throwing stuff on the ground and determining which order they would fall into. Organize my hotbar. That's a very good strategy, by the way. Then I started bridging up, and here's a nice view. This is the floating islands map. I quickly ran out of blocks, and the only blocks I had were donated by the server, which they give us some stuff, but rarely, so I did not count on that and was just waiting. Then PvP ended and it was a much more dangerous world where I did not only have to fear lava and other players and fall damage, but also other players. And other players are much more dangerous. So I started bridging up to one guy. And yeah, right there in chat, legs, you're the only one that wanted. Wait, what? Or maybe you're the one. I don't know really. Like, yeah. So I mean, right here he noticed me and how good I was playing, obviously. And yeah, by the way, at the time of recording this, I haven't met him since. So that's quite sad. So after struggling to get up there, I used the wool to bridge up. Yes, sick and still doing videos. It's called determination. So after a quick chase on these rocks, I eventually killed K Warrior KBS. Was slain by legs. And ain't that a very good name, legs? Well, what do you guys think? And so I was collecting blocks and more blocks because I did not want to run out of blocks again, because it's very annoying that you can't do anything against that and you just have to wait and be vulnerable, and a bunch of other people can just kill you like I did to that guy. And then when I decided to get down and grab his loot, which took most of my health, but I'm a very good Minecraft player, so I did not die there. So I started bridging up, making sure to eventually, and sometimes looking F5 to make sure nobody was scouting out or trying to kill me like I did to that guy, because I'm smart. And so people knocked me off. And so mistaking that guy for saying I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you, I was like, it's fine. But then I got the very cool view of a battle going on. And so there was a 3-player team right here. They were very well geared. One had an enchanted iron sword, which is the best possible you can get on this server because there are no visible diamonds and there's lava close by. And I was like, I believe in you 3. Which I honestly did. Which turned out to be right, because it was like a 3v3 and those other 3 were very much not allied. And so basically they were just fooling around, and and it was very harmless. But then there were those two, which if they allied they had a chance, but it did not look evident. So that guy pearled, but his pearl overlanded, and so he could have died. But I don't know if he died yet. And yeah, I was like, oh, sharp one iron, like he's gonna absolutely destroy them. And they didn't even have any armor, and those guys had skeleton heads on for some reason, but it's maybe like a cult of some sort. And yeah, they were making a fortress where they could not be knocked off and killed. And this guy was just bridging over there very slowly, by the way. And I was like, where's the fifth one? But as the spectator, I have the ability to spectate everyone using the nether star. And so I used that. So that was that guy, that was that guy, that was that guy, and the repo man, or the repo man. And so I believe he had a chance because he was kind of like nice to me, and I was like cheering him on. So one of them left the game, and also one of them died, I believe. So that left only a few people, and that guy was still hidden, which he could use the element of surprise. And that guy was like, you're good at the game. Even though he really like didn't know. And that guy was mourning the death of his teammate, or yeah, it says my friend fell, which a sad moment. But like, he being a nice guy was like, oh, do you want to win? And he was like, he was like, yeah, I've never won before. Well, I've won thousands of times. And so, using his sacrifice, he was able to victory. Yeah, I was like, I saw everything. And so they moved on to the next match. Yeah, which that's how the lifeboat server looks usually. So even though I voted for Chunk Error, Floating Islands was still victorious, and he was happy to see me, and I was happy to inform him that his last round behavior was heroic. And he apologized for hitting me off, but I was like, I've won tons of times before that you've seen like a few percent on this channel only, because I don't really record every time I do that, because I just want to play. Like, I mean, like, this channel has gotten me less than what I've made selling cartridges of printers, because like, this channel is really useless. It isn't getting me any money. But so we decided to team up, and I was kind of finding him, but also collecting blocks, because as you saw, as last round, I did not have enough blocks, and that turned out very tragically for me. And ain't that music good? Yeah. I'm just like usually picking great music choices. Possibly. And so, being very polite, and yeah, right here, the grace period ended, so it's time to change the music, because that's what I always do. So, yeah, now there's the introduced player danger, also called the danger of being killed by other players, which is the way most people die. And I was like, yes, I was at mid. And yeah. And collecting moss, because moss is almost an insta-breakable block, and it's just free blocks. So I was looking at the chat thing, and I was like, no. When he tried to swim in lava to escape the other dude, and so I was like, I was gonna get revenge, but I could not, cause that was a good combo. He was like legs, and I was like, what? And so we decided to do the next round, which we did not really want to stay for this round, cause we both were kind of dead. And we had no point of staying there. And we were like, and so, change of music again. And it was like, Repo Man is here. And so he was like, I was gonna friend him, but we were running out of time, kinda. And he was like, can we do chunky error? Which is, it's actually called chunk error. We got this epic music, and then I was mining a dark oak tree, because that was a good tree. And also this map gives us birch wood, which some might say is bad, but I mean, like, every wood type is good for a certain purpose and in certain extents. Like, spruce isn't that good, even though that's a quite controversial statement to state. I stated it. And so I met up with him, and we had a lot of fun. Yes, what am I doing? And I started getting dirt and killing chickens. And you know, and like, this music is quite fitting, I would say. Or maybe just my taste is very bad. But it's fine. And so he started bridging up with her, cause I've rewatched this footage while editing. And he was like, I'm gonna make a box. And he's gotta play piano. Wow. Well, as I said, I'm not kind of a music guy, but like a piano for a minute, like that, like, I don't know about that, because like I've been doing gymnastics for 4 hours a day, not like a minute. Also, I was currently sitting there protecting him, just goofing around, just organizing my inventory, like throwing balls at stronger players in armor. Like, but then I saw one of those things right here. And those spawns are very good, because it's one of the only ways to get armor reliably, and gold, and also arrows and bows. And I collected some more wood for blocks. And so other people were also teaming up. And so Repo Man is like, I'm back. And so, I mean, now it was my goal to win with him, because that'd be quite sad if he died, because he died last time. And like, I mean, it is sometimes very frustrating if you die a bunch. It's from past experiences. And so, look at that epic speed bridging, guys. And so, I was, kind of like, identify myself as being on the Dark Oak Bridge. And so we were there, once again reunited, and there was a very stacked player, as you might say, like right there. And so we did not know what to do, because on one hand he may be hostile and better than us because he had better gear, and lava respawning was now disabled because lava was above level 64. And so I decided to attempt to make a team with that guy. So we were just waiting around on the bridge and crafting a bit and just bridging more. So we met that guy, or hey, come join us, because I'm quite a good player. And yeah. But I was still quite cautious of that guy, because, many times people have betrayed me with alliances. And so I upgraded my sword to an iron sword, but then a guy killed my friend, and I was like, no. And then I got revenge, of course. And I was like, why did he do that? Because, a 3-player team, very good, with very good stuff, because I got a sharp one sword from him. So, actually, it could have been a worthy sacrifice. We just had to win now. And then, my classic bridging tactic, which is fast bridging. I call it fast bridging because it's fast and it's bridging. Of course. So we came up onto this guy in a hole, which I quickly killed, which was easy because I'm just that good. I almost got knocked off, and so I decided to wait it out in his hole. Pause. And so then he fell to his death with a clever place of a block performed by me, and then a block clutch. Yeah, I just know when to do what. And then that guy killed my friend, and I was like, bro, both my friends were killed. But then I also got revenge on both of them, so it technically, epic music. And then this last standoff, but then my pearl mispearled, and I was killed. And that finishes off this story, even though none of you are watching by this time. So subscribe.